Hello, my dear viewers. Welcome once again to your channel Computer Science with Meena Dogra. Hope all of you are doing great. In this video, I'm introducing you to three functions mean, median, and mode that are a part of statistics module in Python. And these three functions are a part of Cbse board computer science subject class 11th and 12th curriculum, and obviously they will be of great help to every Python beginner, every Python lover. Fine. So let me just tell you first of all what is the use of statistics module. Now this module comes already installed with it comes already there with every Python installation. We need not install it using the pip install command, and it provides functions for calculating mathematical statistics of numeric real valued data. So we have been we must have studied statistics at some point of time in our school life, or maybe we have some of us maybe even pursuing it at college level. So like whatever you are able to do on paper, uh, whatever statistical functions you're able to do on paper, this modules provide built-in functions or ready to use functions to carry out the same tasks, some of them being mean to find out the mean or the median or the mode. Obviously these three functions I'm covering up in this video. Then there can be other functions like standard deviation, variance, covariance, correlation, etc. All these, like whatever we can do manually, we can do it within no time using this module and the functions contained in it. Fine. So let us take up the first function for this video, which is mean function, part of statistics module, and let's read the description. Fine. So first point reads, what does mean function do, children? It returns the arithmetic mean of data, which can be a sequence or an iterable. So first of all, you have to be clear with this thing that mean function will return you the arithmetic mean of data contained in a sequence such as a list or a tuple or a set or a dictionary. Fine. Now, what is the restriction over here? That all the values in the sequence that you are using must be numeric. And if you are using a dictionary with mean, the keys of that dictionary should be numeric. That means mean function works with numbers because it is performing calculation. So it needs numbers. Fine. Now, what is arithmetic mean actually? It means basically it's just like an average. Fine. So what it does, it takes out the sum of the data, like whatever data your list tuple or set is containing, it is going to take out the sum and divide it by the number of elements or the data points in that iterable or sequence. So this will give you the arithmetic mean. Fine. Now there are two errors that we must be aware of. If you are giving a data set which is empty, then Python reports statistics error. And if you are giving a data set which contains non-numeric values, for example, one of the element of your list, if it is a string, others are numbers. Even if one string, if you mention, fine, Python will raise type error because that cannot be added. You cannot add strings and integers and then take out the average or the mean by dividing by the number of elements. So you have to be careful that you have to provide only numeric values to this function, and you should not be giving any data set which is empty to it. So all this I'm now going to demonstrate practically. So what you have to do, what I'll first of all do, I'll open up my Python IDLE and import this module first of all. Fine. This is the Python IDLE and I will first of all import statistics module. And now while importing, because I'm using the import command, so I'll have to precede every function with statistics dot. So to avoid that, writing of name again and again, I'm giving it a short alias s. So for the sake of the execution, as of now, my statistics module will have an alias s, and I'll be referring it to it using s. Fine. So now if I write s dot mean, I can wait and see all the functions present in this module, but I'm not going deep into that. I'll only concentrate on mean function. I'll give a list to it. Fine. So like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I have given the first 5 odd numbers to it. in a list, in a pair of square brackets, and let me press enter and see what this returns to me. Now children, you can all see that I'm getting 5 as the output. Fine. This function has a return value which is a mean of the elements of the iterable that you are giving to it. अगर आप इसे स्क्रिप्ट मोड में लिखेंगे तो आप प्रिंट लगाओगे, है ना, या फिर आप इसके आउटपुट को एक वेरिएबल में लेकर उस वेरिएबल को दिखाओगे. सो आई विल शो दैट टू यू एज वेल. तो अभी आपके सामने आउटपुट आया, द आउटपुट दैट यू आर गेटिंग इज 5. सो हाउ दिस आउटपुट हैज कम, लेट मी क्विकली जस्ट शो इट टू यू. इफ यू एड अप ऑल दीज वैल्यूज 1 + 3 1 3 5 7 9, let me store it in a list over here, in a variable, sorry, let me store this list in a variable over here, L, you know, and I'll now press enter, and now see, I'll write sum of L, that is 25, and if I divide it by the length of L using len function, so I get 5. 25 by 5. Now this is giving me a float answer. Here I'm not getting a float answer. If the mean will be a float value, I'll get that accordingly. If it is an integer, I'll get it normally. So this is arithmetic mean. Okay, it has added all these values, which is actually equivalent to 25, and divided by the number of values, number of data points, which are 5. So 25 by 5, I'm getting 5 as the output. Either ways you can give it. You could have written s dot mean and given this L a list. Okay, store values in a list first, in a variable first, and then give this variable to the mean method, whatever. If you're giving directly, you can give it directly as an argument, or you can assign this list to an object and then use that list object as an argument, whichever suits you, whichever way suits you, both are applicable. Fine. On the other hand, अगर आप इसे script mode में लिखोगे ना, so you should always use the print function. Why? Because you all know that print is incorporated at the prompt, है ना. prompt हमारा REPL होता है, तो यहाँ पर हमारा print incorporated होता है, but it is not there in, it's not so in script mode. So script mode में use print, or do one thing, write a variable, suppose आपने लिया m is equal to, and then you give this like on the right hand side of the expression, you write s dot mean L, and then you can write print m. This is how you can use it. For this is going to work for all the functions, so I'm just explaining it for mean function, that if you are using mean function in script mode, then you must be either using it with print, or you must assign the value returned to an object and use that object, print कराओ उसको, whatever you want to do with that returned value stored in a variable, आप उसको उस तरीके से you can make use of it. But at the prompt, it's very simple. We directly give like this, because we all know that prompt में print is automatically incorporated. So this is about mean method with a list. Now let's change this and give it a tuple. Okay, now tuple we all know is a collection of values when given in round brackets. So s dot mean tuple, my tuple is containing all numeric values, so I have got the same output 5. I could have even given it in a set. Fine. Set we all know is again a collection of values written in curly braces, but here the restriction is that in set all values are unique. Fine. So all values are unique. Here also all my values are unique, so I am like able to get the same output. If I now make a dictionary, okay, now I'll make a dictionary and I'll give some numeric keys. So let me just give this key 1. In words it is ONE1, I put comma, another key. I'm taking numeric keys, children, and now I write 2, and now suppose I give 3 and I write 3 in words. This is how my dictionary looks now. Fine, I can check it's a dictionary. Now I give this dictionary as an argument to the mean function. So I write s dot mean d. Okay, now see, there's no error. Now see, count the keys, children. You know, this is 1 plus 2 plus 3. This is my key, that is 6. Divide by, I'm using the this thing, floor division operator, divide by number of elements, which are 3, and this is what I get 2. So it has added all these numeric keys, 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is 6, and divided by the number of keys, that is 3, and this is how it is giving me 2 as the output. Okay, so it works with dictionary also, which is having numeric keys. Now let us take up the two errors that I mentioned. What if you give a blank list to mean function or any iterable which is blank? Fine, you get statistics error. Okay, Python reports statistics error. So don't use a blank one, blank iterable or sequence. And now suppose if you are giving, say suppose 1 like this, 2 like this, anything which is a string object. Fine, you get type error. Why? Because this 2 is now not a number, it is a string, and it cannot be used in the addition of the elements. Fine. So that is why Python raises type error, that it cannot convert this string to numerator or denominator. So you have to be very careful about these two errors. So this is the description of mean method. Now let us proceed to the next method, which is median function. Fine. Now median function, let's read one by one. It's again an interesting function. It returns the median or the middle value of data, which can be a sequence or an iterable. So middle value, most repeated value, middle value is given to us by median function of data, which can be a sequence or an iterable. And another thing, children, which some of us might not be knowing, that this also sorts the sequence in ascending order before actually performing finding of the median. Maybe I'll just show it to you. For example, a list, a tuple, a set storing numeric values, or a dictionary with numeric keys. So again, this function will work only with numbers. So be careful that whatever your data set is, it should only comprise of numeric values. Otherwise, you all know which error will be raised now. Type error. Similarly, if your data set is empty, statistics error will be raised. Now coming back to the description of median. Now there might be times when my number of data points is odd. Fine, if my list is containing say 5 elements or 3 elements, it's containing odd number of elements, it is very easy, median function will return the middle data point. So it is very easy to find out the central element, middle element in a data set with odd number of elements. Now if your number of data points is even, fine, what does median do? It will have two middle values now, and how it is going to find out the median? It is going to take the average of the two middle values. So the average of the two middle values will be calculated, and then it will return the same to you. So with odd number of elements, you have an exact middle element, so that is going to be the answer. With even number of elements, you have two middle values, so their average will be the answer. But yes, do remember that if you are giving like ascending order, it is also, if you are giving an unsorted list to it or an unsorted sequence to it, it is first going to sort it and then give you the median. So I'll show it to you right away. My statistics module is already there. Now I'll make a list over here. Fine, I'll make a list, and like I had made it earlier also, I'm repeating. So this is my list L. Okay, and now I write S dot, it's sorted. You can all see it's sorted in ascending order. All the values are in ascending order. So if I write S dot median of L, so I get 5. Number of points are odd. There are 5 elements and 5 is my middle value. Fine. On the other hand, now suppose I make another list L2 and I do not give these values in ascending order. Say suppose I give it in any random order. This is 1935, and now I remain with I write 7 and 1. Okay, now this is L2. Fine. What if I write median of L2? Don't jump to the conclusion that it will be 5, the middle value. Fine, Abhi, don't just jump to it like this. Let me just change it. 1. I'll just change it. Wait. I'll interchange 5 and 3. So that I can explain it properly. So if you write if you just look at it, this unsorted list, you'll immediately say 3 is the middle value. Okay, odd number of points are there, data points are there. So 3 is my middle value. But let's check the answer. My answer is still 5. So what Python does, see, this is unsorted. Okay, Python will first of all internally sort it in ascending order. So this list will become same here, 13579, and then it is going to give you the middle value. So if you are passing if you are passing a sorted list to it, no worries, you can directly say that with odd number of points my middle value is the median. But if you are giving an unsorted list to it, then just don't jump to any conclusion. First sort these elements, because this is what median does. That is why you're getting the output as 5. So how do you do? Just see, you have sorted function in Python. Just let's check what does sorted L2 give me. It is going to give me a list like this. Now here see the central element, which is median, middle element, which is 5, and this is going to be my output. So please remember that median function not just returns you the middle value, but it first of all sorts the data set that you've given to it in ascending order and then does the work for you. Fine. So be very, very careful if you're passing an unsorted sequence to it as an argument. Sort it first and then take out the answer. Now let me just take this thing, 13579, and let me add another odd number to it. Now what will be my answer? Just check my answer with S dot median of L, with now L is having even number of points. So how am I getting it, children? See, these are the two outer points and the central 2 points, like 5 and 7, these are my two middle points. I add them up, that is going to give me 12. I'll divide it by 2 and this is what my answer will be, 6.0. I'll get a float answer, and this is the how Python finds out the median with even number of data points. It takes up the first two the middle elements and gives their average as the median. It will work the same if you're passing an unsorted list. Your output will still be the same. Okay, S dot median of L2 will be 6.0 also only. It will first sort it, okay, and then find out the two middle elements, give their average as the answer. Okay, I think I over here I wrote S dot median of L. I should have written S dot median of L2. No worries, I'll do it again for you. I just realized it. Sorry. This is 5. Okay, so I hope it's clear how it works, and the same ways, like if you can even pass a tuple to it, and with a tuple also it is going to return you the same output. If it is sorted, very simple to find out. See, the answer is 5. You can even give a set to it with numeric values. The answer is 5. And if you are giving a dictionary, I think I made a dictionary, na? Yeah. Now these keys are already in sorted order. Let me just quickly find out the median of this D dictionary. See, it's 2. Okay. So, and if the keys are not in sorted order, they are numeric but not in sorted order. So I've told you, just first visualize them as sorted and then pick up the median value. With odd number of points, the central value is right away there in front of you. With even number of points, there are two middle values, their average will be the answer. And once again, if you are giving an empty iterable to it, you get statistics error. And if you are giving any iterable which is not having all numeric values, say this set I change one element to str, matlab to string, I get type error, because again you are not able to find out the middle value. Comparison is not possible between instances of str and int. Okay, they are different data types, so there is a type error. Is it okay? So I hope this description of median function is clear. Let's move to the last function, which is mode function, which is again very interesting. And what makes mode different from other, like I think I read it in Python docs and I came across a line over there that mode function is the only exceptional function in this module which also works with non-numeric data. Fine. So let's read the description. Mode function of statistics module returns the single most common data point from discrete, which is numeric, or nominal, which is non-numeric data in a data set such as a list, tuple, string, etc. Now here I've mentioned string also, children. Okay, now what happens, like see, keys of a dictionary are unique, so you'll not have, like, it is work, it will work there, but I am emphasizing on finding out the most repeated value. So see, sets contain numeric sets in a set, Python set, all values are unique. In a Python dictionary, all keys are unique, so I'm not including them over here for the sake of explanation, because I want to show you the working with repeated values. You can try out and let me know in the comment section if you face any problem, and otherwise it will work with them as well. I'll be taking up list, tuple, string as an example over here. And now what is different? How is mode different? Because it will allow you to work with discrete data also, which means numeric data, or nominal data also, which is non-numeric data in your data set. Fine. And what happens if you have multiple modes with same frequency, like number of times a value is appearing, that is known as its frequency. If there are multiple values, okay, that are repeating same number of times with the same frequency, your mode function will return the first one encountered. Fine, the first one encountered. And if your data set is empty, statistics error will be raised. Now there is no question of type error because it is working with numeric as well as non-numeric data. So let's quickly check it. I hope you are finding these explanations interesting. S dot. Now first let me create a list with some repeated values, children. Okay, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 2, and 3. Now here 2 is repeating, 4 is repeating. Okay, and now I write S dot mode of L. Okay, so most repeated value in this example is 2. Okay, so because 2 is appearing 3 times, that is the most repeated value in this example. So I get 2. Okay, and what happens if I repeat 4 also, like 3 number of times? Now I have 2 modes. Frequency of 2 is also 3 and frequency of 4 is also 3, bacha. But my answer will be what? Let me check S dot mode of L, what it gives me? 2. Why? Because 2 is appearing before 4. So if you have this point read, now if there are multiple modes with same frequency, it returns the first one encountered. Now 2 and 4 both had same frequency, but 2 is appearing before 4, so I am getting 2 as the mode, not 4. और अगर आपको 4 as पहले चाहिए, so what you can do, you can just write 4 over here, 4 comma, and let me just remove 1 4 over here from here, sorry, 1 4 from here. So now I have 3 4s and 3 2s. My answer would be, when I try to find out the mode, it will be 4, because now both 4 and 2 have the same frequency, but 4 is appearing before 2, so I'm getting this as the output. Okay, now let's take up an example in which all my elements are unique. Okay, so like 1 2, I take, say, suppose 10, 12, 14, 16, like this. So now when I print S dot mode of L, I get 10, because all of them have the frequency 1. They have frequency 1. They are all appearing one time only. But which is the first one which is appearing one time? That's 10. So this is exactly what I'm trying to show. If you check it with a set, you will get the same output, because sets contain only unique elements. If you check it with a dictionary, you'll get the same answer. Fine. The keys, like now let me just try it out with a string. Fine. It will work in the same manner with a tuple. You try it out. I'll just show you one example with a tuple also. I'll just quickly rename this as T, which is my tuple, and now check mode of T. So that is, I'll get 2 as the answer, because that's the most repeated value. Now let me just take a variable S, ST, and I'll put some letters in it, AA, BBB, CC, DD, like this. And now when I write S dot mode of ST, uh, which is appearing most number of times, children, that is letter B, it is appearing three, it is appearing thrice, so I'll get B as the mode of the string. And say suppose even my D is appearing thrice, still my mode will remain B because B is appearing before D. Okay, so it works with string also. That's more interesting. And let me just quickly give you one more example in which I'll mix up some digits and strings. Like suppose I write A and then I write 2 again. I'll give 2 again. I'll give B. I'll give A again, and that's it. Let me just give 2 again. So now I'll write S dot mode of L2. So list, you all know, can contain different data types. So my answer is 2 because 2 is appearing maximum number of times. And once if I put one more A over here, let me just put one more A over here. And now let me check the mode of L2, that's A. So now A and 2, character A and 2 have the same frequency, but A is appearing before 2. So that is going to be my mode for this data. So mode, you all now you all can see that it is working with numeric data as well as non-numeric data. And if you're like there are two modes with the same frequency, you get the first one encountered. On the other hand, if you have exactly a unique mode, that is only one such element is there which is appearing the maximum number of times, that is going to be a mode. And let me quickly show you before I end this video what happens if I give a blank list to mode function. I am reported with statistics error. I didn't get any error with a list or with a sequence having mixed data values. Fine. So like this was about mode function, and I hope you have thoroughly understood what all I covered in this video. And if you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section, and of course I will be waiting for your feedback on this video, and I'll be coming up with more functions of statistics module in my future videos. Let me know how you found this one. Fine. So till we meet again, children, happy learning. God bless you. Take care. Bye bye.